Good evening, everyone. It's great to have your company. A lovely show lined up. We've got stamps for you, we've got card, we've got paper, and we have got some elements to help you create some beautiful, very realistic flowers as well. And one of those elements is our lovely Claire.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Oh, it's great to work with you again. Like the star on your top.
You know, a little bit sparkle.
Yeah, it looks very good, very good. You had a show earlier on today with Leonie, didn't you?
Did, really good fun, and these stamps are beautiful.
Brilliant. Oh, we're going to have fun with me. That's really put me on edge now.
I said this one's going to be better.
Oh, OK, now we're all right. Now we're back in the room. Right, what have we got on offer in the show today? What have we got to look forward to?
So we've got some beautiful new stamps, something a little bit different from us, a bit silhouette-y, some of them, and scene building. And then we've brought back the poppies that we had on a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, they're lovely.
Because not everybody got hold of them or had chance to see some of the samples, so we thought we'd give you a show of those. And we've got some little flower dies as well, so just to add a little bit of 3D to some of your projects as well. So,
oh, can't wait to see all those. Right, let's get started. We've got your first set right here. This is your country meadows. Some beautiful scenes here, and as Claire said, that silhouette style. You don't always have to use them as a silhouette, but you've got plenty of stamps in here to work with. 13 stamps in total. These are absolutely gorgeous. I've got a board here of how the stamps are going to look, Claire, when they're stamped out.
Yeah, and they've just been stamped in black, just in VersaFine Claire. And,
wow.
But just how all the elements work together. So you've got your two main images, but then you've got a lot of filler stamps at the top and the two kind of border or edge stamps and some sentiments, and then just the little butterflies that'll just add a little bit of detail.
Oh. Do you know what? They're really sweet because you can add them to your card. They're the right size to go within the meadow view, but they're also really nice if you just want to add them to the back of the envelope.
Yeah.
You know, it just adds something. When somebody opens that up, there'll be a butterfly there, and then they'll open it up, and then you've got your theme inside. Here's a sample of what you can make. Now, this is gorgeous with the different colours in, isn't it, Claire?
It is. Lovely Hazel's made that one, so absolutely beautiful. And you can just see the way that they've been layered and layered and layered on top of each other, just the different colours.
Do you know what? I could just get lost in that car because I'm thinking now maybe the sun's setting or it's about to set in about half an hour. I'm taking the dog out for a walk. And you know, when it just starts to get a little bit darker, but you can still see some of the flowers, the birds are just doing their thing, getting ready to settle down for the night. That's absolutely gorgeous. And if you've got a micron pen, for example, a very thin or narrow nib, as it were, you could add some little flies and dragonflies in there as well.
You could, you wouldn't need to put a lot of detail, would you?
Now, you can, of course, use the extra stamps with colour. It doesn't always have to be in black and white or silhouette, so that's really nice, isn't it? Gorgeous.
Yeah, and that's mainly just one stamp and then just a couple of butterflies to finish it off, so using it as a main element and as a background as well.
Well, I tell you what, when you look at that, it's also about pattern building, you know, for wrapping paper, gift bags and things like that.
Brilliant for that.
This is spectacular. Some great techniques used on that.
That's lovely Heather, so she's one of our newer design team members. So,
oh, Heather, that is brilliant.
Done a great job.
Do you know what's nice about that? You've got the stamp that you can use in the silhouette, so then you can really practice and work on your backgrounds.
Definitely, and a lot of us will just sit and make backgrounds if I'm playing with a jelly plate and things like that, and then have loads of things that I've never finished. So these are great because you can just add one of those big borders, a little sentiment, and you've got just such beautiful backgrounds to show off.
That is fabulous.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That is absolutely fantastic. I love that. Who's done that? That's done by Glittery Kate.
Yeah, Glittery Katie.
Aww.
So she's another one of our new ladies as well.
Well, that is absolutely marvellous. And if you don't get this back, Glittery Kate, you know that it's come home with me. That is spectacular. Right, if you want to go for that, it's 437-241, £14.95. Right, we're moving on to the next set. Now, let's talk about building scenes, shall we?
Yeah, this set's absolutely gorgeous. So that kind of rural anywhere really. I think depending on whatever colours you put with it,
could be.
would make it feel like, you know, somewhere locally, or maybe, you know, somewhere in Italy.
Oh yeah, it could be somewhere in Amsterdam or, you know, Holland. It could be America, New England, for example.
Yeah.
It could be Norfolk with the lovely lavender. near Heacham, which would be gorgeous. And again, with the stamp, you'll see here you've got the scene. You could, yes, have it at harvest time and the tractor's been in, or you could turn this into sort of like a brown colour, and it could be when they're starting to sow the seeds as well. Or colour it purple and pinks when the flowers are all out. So it's an all year round stamp.
Definitely. And then you've got all your little stamps that go with that as well. So your little animals.
Look at these. What have we got? So we've got a little duck right there. Hey up me duck. We have got your sheep, little sheep there. We've got the cow. Love that. Oh, it could be a bull. Look, see on the end of the nose, a little bit of a ring. So that's your bull. That is the only way I'm going to say it's a bull. I can't see any other way. Right.
I think that was a bit of ink on my stamp, actually.
Yes. I've smudged it a little bit, or rather a large bit. You've got the horse just there, a nice gallant horse. You've got the pig, doing what pigs do best, and that's eating. Then you've got your pheasant, your pleasant pheasant. You've got your bunny rabbit as well. And then you've got your birds at the top as well, and they are in the clouds flying around. So birds, let's have a look. That one's a kite, definitely a kite. That one could be, well, that could be a kite that's far away. I think that's another kite. And then I think that one, not a seagull, no, because seagulls have thinner wings. I think that could be, I think it could either be a pigeon or it could be like a blackbird or a dove. It's not a seagull. Seagulls have those wings that flip over like that. Just to let you know. Just to let you know. But it's more than likely crows that are in the garden. You know, like are in the farmers' fields. Let's have a look at some of the samples. So this is what we mean about building scenes. You could draw this in the front, or you could use your stamps from the previous set to build your depth.
Yeah, and that's what that is. That's one of the little worker stamps, just stamped several times along the bottom.
And that is from the previous collection. Look at that. Like the use of colour, and I like the way that the animals and the birds are in silhouette. And I also like the fact they're keeping away from the windmill as well, which is good. Don't fly towards the windmill, birdies. Oh, look at this card. Is this by Glittery Kate? Yes, I knew it. I knew it, Glittery Kate. Again, you might not get that one back. You will, I'm only joking. I love this style.
Yeah, it's nice colour in there.
Yeah, it's absolute marvellous. I think Glittery Kate is trending now online. Look at this, isn't this lovely? This one is by Heather. Heather. Oh, and do you know what? That's lovely, having the little rabbit there, and then you can open it up, and then you've got your scene inside. Isn't that lovely? Absolutely gorgeous. Right, that is your second set in the show. Your item number is 251794, £14.95. Let's move on to the poppies. Now, oh my days, these are absolutely gorgeous. I love poppies. They're a beautiful flower, aren't they, Claire?
They are, and I think what we've done this time is just give you those big, bold statement stamps. So there's just so much you can do with them, the amount of colour you can do, you can make full piece backgrounds with them, and they're just so delicate. I think that's what's beautiful about these.
You just want to get your watercolours out, don't you?
Yeah.
Or your alcohol pens and start building up and blending the colours.
Yeah, anything at all really, or you know, leave them white and do different techniques. So
isn't that lovely, that one there?
No, whether you want more kind of traditional, almost like how you'd see a poppy, or a slightly more modern feel to them, they work really well for both.
Yeah, they certainly do. This is a nice sample as well, because you've got a poppy here, and the poppy has been cut out, and you see there it's got a little bit of depth to it, which looks lovely. So again, you've got your different colours in your poppies. Let's think now. I've seen a pink poppy.
Yeah.
Blue poppy.
Yeah.
Red poppy.
Yellow.
Yellow. I think I've seen a black poppy.
Yeah, I think you get like purpley
like a real
tones in there as well.
I've seen poppies that have got like little shabby edges to them as well. They're absolutely beautiful. And what's lovely about poppies, and as you know, of course, they pop up in the beautiful cornfields, but they also, you're finding them in all sorts of areas now.
Yeah, lots roadside and in the middle of roundabouts and things. So some nice kind of planting going on, like wild meadow planting going on, which is nice. Yeah,
it's lovely. Absolutely fantastic. If you want to get hold of those, again, it's a great price for you, £14.95, 562526 is your item number. Right, next up, Next up, you've got your poppy stamp with your true red. Now, this true red really is true red, isn't it?
Yeah, all the way through.
Yeah.
Same red every single time. So, you know that even if you've bought true red card from us before in any size, it's always exactly the same.
Yeah, and it's a great background, isn't it? You could be using this to matte and layer. So if you, let me just grab this, you could matte and layer some white on there and it would look really effective because you've got the framework of the red, or vice versa.
Yeah, and definitely depending what you team it with changes its kind of personality a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that.
White makes it very crisp. You know, black will change it. If you put brown with it, kind of softens it a little bit. So yeah,
interesting.
Really versatile. Because of its weight, great construction, so you can make your cards from it as well, but then you can stamp on it, cut it, matte and layer it. Brilliant card.
Certainly is. And brilliant stamps as well. Oh, my days. Right, your poppies, you've got your main poppy image and then you've got your poppies broken down. So you've got your leaves separately that you can add to your poppy if you want to. You've got your poppy head seed there. You've also got So Sorry with Sympathy. And you've got this lovely script stamp, which is a nice large stamp as a background to use. But you don't always have to use that totally as a background. You could just use it on the side like that.
Definitely, and it's a stamp that since we launched it, you'll just see it popping up in samples and in customers' work all the time.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's just a brilliant kind of background and infill stamp, and you can always read the words as well. So it's absolutely gorgeous.
I really like that. Do we know what the words are?
It's a poem.
Right.
But I'm sure we can find out at some point.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that. Oh, why don't you find out when you get it home? We won't tell you. You have to find out when you get that home. £14.95, 441 936 is your item number. One more stamp set for you to show you. These are dies, sorry, not a stamp set. We've got a die set for you. And these will cut out the previous set for you. So they're a great companion die set to get. And I think if you're going for the stamps, this really is the set to go for. Could we just use them as a die without the stamps?
Yeah, there's a couple of I think there's one sample in there that like a little silhouette, and we just put colour behind it. That one.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So
obviously
we've used the stamp for the So Sorry, but you could stamp any message on there. But yeah, just using them as beautiful silhouettes.
Yeah, never thought about that before. It's a great idea.
So, you know, great for using your waist really as well.
Is that you, Claire? Did you do this?
I might have done that.
There you go. I got your name on the back here. That is brilliant. £12.99, 349 464. Glittery Kate who? No, I'm only kidding. Glittery Kate, we still love you. We really, really do. Right, we have got some items for you, your glue bottles. You might see Claire using these in the demonstration, and when you do, you're going to want them. So here they are, £13.99, 603 282 is your item number. The fine tips on these, oh my days, are brilliant. I was trying to glue a card the other day at home and I made a right mess of it. All the glue blobbed out, and I thought, where are my precision bottle tips? I want these because they are fantastic. 603 282. I don't know what glue I was using. I was probably using some masonry glue because I just pick up anything I can find. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I cut down some conifers with a carving knife once. Right, £13.99. 538442 is your item number there. I won't tell you what I used to glue a step onto a threshold yesterday. We're moving on. We're moving on. We've got some Scotch tape for you. And your Scotch tape, oh, this is quality, isn't it? It's removable as well, which is handy. £13.99, 999 217. It might be an emergency to get those in your basket. And the last one we've got for you is a 7-day saver. Now, this is great. Grow your own with Britannia flower dies. You've got that wonderful die that's going to make and create some lovely, lovely flowers to add to your designs. You've also got a lovely little book here to show you how to do that. And you've got your paper as well. Now, it's your wedding ivory paper, which is gorgeous. And it's double-sided, 40 sheets of that, 180 GSM. Beautiful. Look at the shimmer on that. Beautiful. And then you've got your little die here. When I say little, Still going to build and create some beautiful flowers. That die's included, and you also get the little booklet as well, don't you, Claire?
You do, so I think that takes you through 6 different flowers that you can make in that one. So, yeah, and they're really simple. And there's something really kind of fulfilling about making, like, the whole card and your own little embellishments. So rather than just popping like a paper flower on, it's a paper flower you've made.
Well, they can be expensive buying paper flowers, can't they? And you can always make them bespoke to the person you're sending them to with the right colours. What a great little deal. That is £11.49. 084036 is your item number. There you go. Sorry, 073. Sorry. I've got a big camera in front of my monitor and I keep doing that. So I beg your pardon. We'll get that sorted. But those are your details, 084073. Right, let's get to you, Claire.
Excellent. Let's do some stamping.
Yeah, shall we? What are we going to do first?
We are going to I'm going to grab this one. So we are going to do our little blue card.
Yes.
So for me, this just reminded me, when I saw these stamps, a little bit of like Delft, so like a little Delft tile.
Yes.
So we're going to go one colour. And I think what's really exciting for me about this is we're just using one ink pad.
Yeah.
And you can, you know, not a lot of colouring in. So if colouring in isn't your, you know, cup of tea, don't think that you can't use stamps. There's lots of ways to use them.
Could you put these, I tell you what, these would look nice on fabric. You know, if you had some fabric ink, these particular designs, really nice, you know, for the kitchen, something in the kitchen.
Oh, definitely. Right, what I've done is I've already stamped our little barn, and I've stamped all of that in blue, and then I've cut a mask. So I've just stamped this onto the same image, onto mask it, and then just got my scissors and cut that out. That is all I have done, and that will sit over there.
Excellent.
And we will pop our little magnets on, and then I'm just going to line up where I want my background underneath.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Little House on the Prairie.
Oh yeah, that takes me back. So we are using Blueprint Sketch, and I just, you know, I love kind of the simplicity of things sometimes. That, you know, not everybody's got every colour or every colouring medium. So just by using one colour of ink, we can get really good results. I'm making sure I definitely press where, there you go, a little bit there, where it meets the thing, the masket. So all of a sudden, we've made that even longer.
Wow.
So I'm going to give that a bit of a white.
That just looks like it's all one picture and how it intended to be.
Yeah, it's clever,
Amazing.
isn't it? So what we'll do now is we'll grab some of our other stamps. So we'll grab some of our clouds. I shouldn't have taken my mask off because I still need it.
We do have the masket available to you. It's really handy to have. We'll bring the details up on the screen. So you just stamp on it and then cut out around the outline. That's what you've made, and it's reusable as well. So it's £9.99, 976 569 is your item number. And there it is. There it is. Maybe you'll have this at home like that. You'll be able to fan it out so it looks absolutely marvellous. Or put it in a drawer, doesn't matter. 976 569 is your item number.
So I'm just adding some of the clouds, and because I wanted them to be a little bit wispier, I'm just stamping them onto a piece of paper first, so that they're just a little bit paler. I'll do one more.
Now, you can order by giving us a call. We've got a new phone number for the time being, 0330 175 5552. It's easy to remember that one, isn't it? It will come round on the screen every so often. So if you are giving us a call, that's the new national rate phone number. Or you can head to the website at thecraftstore.com. Really easy to order. I'm just continuing to talk until it turns around again, because I cannot remember that. Can you remember the number? 0330 175 5552. There you go.
There you go. Right, I'm just going to grab some scissors. So what I'm going to do is I want to cut out part of this. So that's the other thing, is sometimes if maybe, I mean, this I'm happy with, but sometimes maybe if you stamp something and it's not quite right, just cut a portion of it
Yeah.
out. So use the bit that is working for you. So I'm just going to tape it down a little bit.
And that's the Scotch tape you're using?
It is, yeah. I love it. It's just...
What do you like about it?
It just doesn't damage my card in any way. You'll see there I've managed to put it over a little bit of stamped image and it just won't damage it. I used something the other day that I found in my craft room that wasn't and completely ruined a piece that
It wasn't that tape named after a duck, was it?
Couldn't tell you. So you'll see, I take that off now, and it just lifts. Hello, forget the die the right way, and it hasn't damaged my stamping, hasn't damaged, you know, it doesn't get sticky. It's just brilliant. So definitely need that in your stash. Then all I've done is, what should we do? We'll do the next bit. So I've just cut some more circles. So so this is our true blue.
Oh, that is lovely.
So
actually.
that'll be on the website somewhere. But yeah, and like you said, we'll use some of our EVA in our non-clog bottles.
These little scenes that you can build are so reminiscent sometimes, maybe childhood memories or you know, a painting or something that you've seen and you can recreate it. I mean, that there just reminds me of season 3 of The Walking Dead.
That isn't the look I was going for,
No,
but you know.
But that's what it reminds me of, and it's that instant
What if I put a pheasant on it? Will that change it?
They'd all been eaten in series 3.
I'm going to put 2 on, at least, you know.
Oh, Lord.
2 little pheasants.
And everything's in proportion, isn't it, size-wise?
Yeah, it
really.
works really well. And then we'll put one of our, we'll go Big Birdie this time. And we'll be swooping up today. There you go. And there's your background. So then to frame this, what I've done is I've sneakily gone to our other set of stamps, and this is what I was saying about like our worker stamps.
Yes.
So we'll grab that one.
Tell you what, that'd make a nice coaster. That little scene, would it
yeah,
not?
if you sealed it, it'd be great, wouldn't it? So, and I think you can get like the plastic coasters that you can put things in as well. But yeah,
or laminate it.
Yeah.
You could even make placemats for your tables outside if you're having a picnic or something. It'd be really nice with this country theme.
So what I wanted to do was just to kind of decorate the corners to bring your eye in. So, you know, when you're thinking about a tile, you think, you know, that the corners kind of meet up and match and that kind of thing.
Actually, Claire, that would be an amazing idea. If you could get the right ink on your stamp and stamp it on a tile.
Yeah.
And then you could put that tile in your kitchen. If you seal it, because I'm sure you can get all the right products to seal the tile. If you've got an image like that on there, they can be very expensive because it turns it into a designer tile, doesn't it?
Exactly. And then we're just going to add one of the little butterflies on each side as well. And then what we'll do, I'm just going to give that a wipe because I've got ink everywhere. Move those out of the way because I don't need you. And then what we'll do is we'll just layer this up. So this is a 15 by 30 card blank that I've folded at 15. So I've folded that in half. And again, we will just layer this up. So the nice thing about using the EVA is it will just give you that little bit of...
And I guess when you're using that precision nozzle, you don't overuse it.
No. Honestly, they have been just amazing, you know, that I use much less glue, I make much less mess.
And you can get closer to the edges, which is something I had an issue with because I blobbed it on and it all came out and it just looked awful.
The other thing is, you know, sometimes if you've missed a little bit and you've come back to it and you're like, oh no, these are great. You know, sometimes you've got like a little bit here. Yeah. You can get under those edges because they're so thin. So, just, I don't know what I'd do without them now. They're absolutely brilliant. And then let's pop that on. We'll grab some foam pads. Let's give it a little bit of, I don't think I did with the original one, but we will A bit of a
Oomph is a good word, isn't it?
Oomph is a great word.
How do you spell it?
U-M-P-H.
U-M-P-H.
I have no idea.
No,
or is
I
it double O?
Oomph.
And then that will just sit in the middle there. And then if I wanted to, I could decorate the inside as well. So, shall we have a quick? I've lost my other pit, but I'll show you how we decorated the inside. So we've used the same corners.
Yeah.
And then this bit across the middle is this stamp. So if you just stamp that several times.
Oh, right, yeah.
I can show you. Let's grab a scrap piece of paper.
Almost
and
creates
just
either
show you.
like strands of straw
Yeah,
or like
so you can
wood.
make frames with this. You can do all sorts with it. It's brilliant. So get some ink on it. So it almost looks either, you know, like a fence, but yeah, it'll just build up.
Or the sea.
Yeah. Or then you can start to do kind of fences and all kinds of things with it. So that's just one of those. And then we just put the little sentiment in the middle as well.
Oh.
So just to finish it off, really.
Oh, that is so lovely. That really is nice. That lovely blue.
And I just love that it's just one colour. And I
Yeah.
think it really makes the stamps pop and the images pop. So, yeah.
What a lovely demo. What a great card to make when you get your stamps home. Amazing. Remember, you can watch these shows again on Rewind, so you can follow Claire when you get your stamps home. Thanks for that, Claire. We're heading back to Claire in a few moments' time with some more demonstrations. Right, a reminder of what you can get. This is a fabulous set. It really is. This is going to give you your silhouettes of the meadows. You've also got your worker stamps, so you could build and create your own meadow if you want to, or add to the meadows. A beautiful design that you can stamp out in black, or you could use colour. You could stamp it out in like a sepia, and then you could add with a pen different colours to the flowers, which would be really nice. You've got your border stamps just for you, happy birthday, special friend, and you've got your butterflies as well. You bring all that together and you can make some beautiful little postcards and gorgeous style cards as well. You can practice on your backgrounds, which look amazing. Glittery Kate is back. There she is. Love that one. Oh, do you know what? Glittery Kate, I am in the moment. I am in the mate. In the mate. In the moment. Glittery Kate, you need to email in because these, as a new member of the team, all the members of the team are fabulous. We love Hazel. Hazel's got the card there. We also like Claire. Is that you, Claire?
That is me.
That is you, Claire. We like Claire. We like Claire. We also like Cheryl. We like Cheryl. That's a lovely card with the little butterfly in the middle.
Opens up.
Does it?
Cheryl's like our queen of trifolds.
Oh, I thought you were going to say trifle.
Who knows?
Oh, yes. Look at that. Cheryl, that is marvellous. Oh, I love that. That is a beautiful card. That is a beautiful card. This one's by Hazel as well. Lovely background. Isn't that nice? That is lovely. There's Glittery Kate. There she is. Wow. How have you done that, Glittery Kate?
I think it's oxides, and then she's just blended them. Yeah.
That looks like a printed paper in the background. Wow. That really is amazing. I love that. Let's just open this up. There you go. There you go. With love and best wishes. Is this a Glittery Kate in the background?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
It is.
It's a Glittery Kate one. Isn't that amazing? You see, I can tell them now. There you go. It's just the name, isn't it?
It is our Glittery Katie.
Oh, do you know what? That is lovely. Let's start a new hashtag. Hashtag Glittery Kate. Right, they're coming with me. Right, let's have a look at your country scenes. We saw a fabulous demo with this, how to build that scene. And I think something like this, with all the different colours that you can use, you can have this at any time of year. So it could be harvest time. So the fields could be, yes, they could be all muddy. So the tractors have already been there. You could add some colour, which means that the crops are growing. You decide what time of year it is. And I think that's the beauty of this stamp set, Claire.
It is. And I think this is what I love about both of these sets is the versatility. So for me, when I want a stamp set, I want something that I can keep playing with, have new ideas with, as well as make beautiful cards with.
And you can change that scene every time. I mean, look how the ducks have been put with little shadows.
And that's Anita.
Oh, Anita, look at that. Oh, I love that with all the animals. And then this. Oh, do you know what? I didn't expect that to be, and it is Glittery Kate. It is. I was actually saving Glittery Kate for that one. And I picked this one up thinking, that's not Glittery Kate. Look at that. Glittery, but that shows you two very, very different cards. This one. How's Glittery Kate, have you done this?
It's stamped in white with white embossing powder.
Now, look at this, coming close. Now, look at the detail in the stamp. Look at that. This really does show it off, doesn't it?
It is. And what's lovely about the detail in the stamp is that you look at it and you think, oh, maybe it's not stamped right. And it's actually to make it look like weathered wood on the barn. So, you know, that's why it gives it a little bit of shade and a little bit of a loved barn.
Yeah. Oh, a loved barn?
As in, it is loved.
Wow. Right, if you want to create your love barn, I mean, that's got the red light on there, hasn't it? That's lovely. Wow. Thank you to the design team there for all your samples, and thanks, Claire, for getting the love barn in my head.
I'm so sorry.
Right, we're moving on.
I think we should.
The poppies, not puppies. We've got poppies next. Now, these are a beautiful set of stamps to have because with your poppy, you can use these at any time of year. Poppies are such a beautiful flower, and I think poppies really do say it all. So if you've got an in-memory card to give somebody, poppies are a lovely flower for that. They really, really are. If you're making and creating during the November period and you want to create a never forget or never forgotten card with the theme of the poppies, then I think this would be a lovely, lovely idea to do that. And you can colour your poppies red and you can colour them different colours for different times of years as well. And you've got these beautiful, beautiful samples here from the design team. This is from Claire. Really like this because it highlights the one single poppy, which is quite poignant, isn't it?
Yeah. And I just like that kind of little bit of pop of colour as well.
Yeah. I really, that for me is a very thoughtful card because you've got the white poppies in the background, but then it's the red one. It's that singular one. So that's almost saying that that person you're sending it to is that special. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, love that. Another card here. So we've got the script, which is in another set coming up, and then there's beautiful yellow poppies, which is really nice and pretty. Here's another one from Claire. Gorgeous card here with speckled background. Did you make that background?
Yeah, it's a Pearlywinks background there.
Wow. Oh, I like that. I like that with the stamp over the top. And then there's all different ways of folding cards. You've guessed it. She's back. Glittery Kate. This is lovely as well. Look at that. So you've got your embossed detail in the middle. And then you've got your precious and your memories, which is gorgeous. Another one here, because I think these are absolutely superb. I don't know who this one's by.
That's a Hazel.
Oh, now that is lovely. Hazel was brown and blue.
Yeah. And I think that's what was nice with all of the poppy samples is the variety of colours that have been used.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's another one as well with that lovely peachy colour. And this one by Claire. Now, what fold is this, Claire?
That is an inverted stepper on a 15 by 30.
Wow, inverted stepper. Look at that. Amazing. £14.95. That gets you your 8 stamps with your poppies. Right, head to the website where you can get all of your collection of stamps. Oh, let's have a look at some dies first that's available for you. Here we go. So you've got your flowers, £10.99. Your tiny multi-flower rose. You've got your miniature and your tiny. So you've got 2 sizes there. You could actually layer those up if you wanted to. You could put the tiny on the miniature and you could use the miniature separately to the tiny if you want to. And then you can use that on top of the 7-day saver that we've got available for you, which comes alongside a little booklet to make and create your flowers. You've got a die and you've got some paper as well. We've got a couple of more items to tell you about. Your open window die. Now this is lovely. You could put all kinds of scenes behind your open window die. You could even use the stamps and the farm scenes, which should look really, really nice. And you could have all the animals looking in through the window.
We did. I was going to say that was the demo we did, or a similar one.
Did you do?
Yeah,
lovely.
in the first hour today.
£12.49. It's such a lovely, lovely card die to get. And you know, you could use it for advent calendars as well, or like dates, and you could open it up. Love that. That's fabulous. 922520 is your item number. You can put some acetate behind there as well, so you can turn it into a right proper window. 922520 is your item number for that one. Right, lastly for you, we've got some Mylar. And your Mylar you can use to create stencils, so you can cut out any of the dies we've got on the show or any of the dies you've got at home.
Definitely.
Or free cut.
Yeah, again, first hour we did some, where's the little card? There's a little blue card somewhere on the front. I think it's next to you. Is it that one? And we've just, that is just some Mylar. So all of the little hills is just Mylar that I've cut with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, and made and created.
And made, you know, so what it does is it gives you, you know, you can make your, you know, those backgrounds, those hills, whatever kind of shape and size. So if you want it to look like somewhere you live, or somewhere where you've been walking, you know, if you cut the outline the same as, you know, Snowdon or Ben Nevis.
Would be great.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You could have it as your little journey on the way to the Love Barn, if you wanted to. £11.99. I'm not going to let you forget that one. 394204 is your item number. Right, Claire, what are we going to demo next?
We are going to do a lovely little card now. So I think, there you go, it is that one.
Oh, I like this.
So,
this is our director's favourite card.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is a very me card. Nice and simple with a bit of colour, but a lot of white space as well. So what I've done is I've got a little piece of card and I've cut it to 10.5 by 11.5, but the size doesn't really matter.
Is it super smooth?
It is super smooth, and we'll show you how easy it is to blend on as well. So all I've done is I've just put a couple of strips of our Scotch tape on here, and this is great just for masking off areas where you don't want any ink. And I'm just going to grab 3 ink pads. So we've got a little bit of twisted citron, and I am just literally going to smoosh it across.
I was just looking at the cards in the background as well, because sometimes when we've got the cards in the back of the set, you don't get to see them. So I'll try and grab those later on in the show, just so we show lots from the design team, because they all do so well, don't they, Claire?
They've done an absolutely cracking job with these
Do you all
stamps.
chat in between the shows?
We do a little bit.
Yeah.
We should do more of it, really. But you know, everybody's busy and running around like mad. So, but yeah. We'll have a catch up and have like a team meeting, which is really cute. So
these colours work really well together, don't they?
And a little bit of kind of like purpley colour, and just to bring that in. So you know, kind of what we were saying before, really. You know, if you've had a bit of, you know, been playing and making lots of backgrounds and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do with them now, these techniques and these stamps are great for that. I'm just going to blend that bit. There's a bit much ink on it. Let's pop you on there. There we go. I'm happy with that because I'm going to stamp over that anyway. And whenever you're blending, if you're not quite happy with it, walk away and leave it, because it'll soften itself.
Does it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, quite often when it's wet, you're just like, oh, it's, you know, it's not as good as everybody else's, but just leave it for a little bit, and it kind of like just settles out, sinks into the card or paper a little bit. So you can see. A bit
like me when you leave me on the sofa. I'll sink into the sofa just a little bit more.
You see, we've got, just by using that Scotch tape, we end up
Crisp.
with such beautiful crisp lines.
And that shows how well that Scotch tape works, because there's no bleeding underneath.
No, there's no bleeding underneath, but then this is beautiful and crisp as well.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have taken all of that Scotch tape off yet.
Oh, well, you've got some more, and if you want some more, we do have it available for you, the Scotch tape. It is a premium quality, and we'll bring the details up on the screen. You're getting 2 rolls, which is great, £13.99, and there's in total 65.8 metres. Wow, that is very specific. So what is there on each one then? Because that's 65.8 divided by 2.
Yeah.
So that would be 32.9. 30, that's very particular. 32.9.
I'd even written myself a little note to say leave Scotch tape on for next bit that I've obviously just completely ignored.
36 yards in total.
So we're going to pop this on here. I'm going to put it at a number because I am going to use my magnets, but in case it does move and I need to go back, if I'm not putting it into the corner, I will always put it like at a number that I'm working with. So I want that one to go on there, and I can go, we'll bring you in. On stake. There. And then we're going to use our VersaFine.
And is VersaFine the permanent ink? I'm trying to learn as much as I can about inking.
Yeah. But what's nice is it's a nice, for me, I like it because it gives a nice, dark, crisp finish.
Yes.
So for these silhouette stamps, if I'm doing them in the black, if you wanted it, you know, even more, you could do it in with your black embossing powder.
Yep.
As well, if you wanted it to have that shiny look. But I'm just going for a bit of a matte look on this.
Now these are all instant dispatch. There's no delay.
No.
No. So what I'm thinking with these silhouette stamps, so we've got this image here that we're just about to reveal. This could be like a Halloween style. You could draw a scarecrow in that.
You could.
Do you know what I mean? That'd be. I know that's a bit dark, but I'm just thinking Halloween. Let's get away from the creepy crawly things, and let's think of different images for Halloween, like that's, you know, like the dark, like just the outline of the scarecrow in the middle of a field. Don't have nightmares, everybody, but to me that's terrifying. It is, isn't it, Claire? It's a Halloween style image.
So I am now going to cut into this. So you think, oh, you've made a beautiful thing, now you're going to cut it up, but there you go. So I am just going to cut this at 3.5 centimetre little panels.
Now, Claire, I'm going to ask you a question because I always get this wrong. How you're cutting that now? How do you measure that 3.5? Whereabouts are you measuring?
This trim...
This is for me and hopefully a lot of people at home.
So it's got markings on. This one's actually got them on both sides for the smaller numbers. But I would put, in fact, I've got another one so we can do it again for you. So, because this has got them on both sides, I would put that at 3.5 and just cut it, and again at 3.5.
So you're putting the edge of the card
as to where. So if I wanted, that's 3.5 there as well.
Right.
So if you think about it, if you had a piece of paper that was 10 centimetres, well, it doesn't matter what it is, but if you wanted it to be 3, you just mark it there.
Line it up to the 3.
Because
that's where I've been going wrong
between there and there will be the piece that you want.
Right, thank you for that.
If that makes... And I think it's just about getting it straight in a way that makes sense in your head, and that's slightly different for everybody. I've got dirty fingers over absolutely everything now. So we would matte and layer those onto black, and because I've got smudgy mudges on those, we will grab some that I've already matted and layered. But it's exactly the same. I've got to find them in the right order now. There we go. So all the same, and all I've done is just put them onto some black, and again just trimmed round them. So now I'm going to grab card blank. So this is 15 by 30, our super smooth card.
We've got some of these on the show. We'll bring the details up. They are unscored, but along with the white card that we've got, do we send out the instructions?
We do.
Yes.
With the 15 by 30s, you'll get 10 card folds,
Yes.
and you'll get the frames as well.
Yeah, and this is a great way of learning how to do all those folds that come with it, which are amazing. And you can fold a collection, one of each, because you get the instructions. They won't be laminated, but you can laminate them when you get them home. And then when you've done the folds, you've got them as a reference, haven't you? So every time you come then to make and create a card, you've got one folded as a reference that you can follow.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. What a great addition.
So I'm just putting these kind of staggered on the front of my card. And then this middle one, I'm going to grab some of our foam pads. Let me just put the...
What do you call a piece of art which is divided into three?
Triptych.
Triptych, that's it. Triptych.
So we'll grab some foam pads.
Well, it reminds me of when I was at the hospital, I had my ECG.
Hopefully this will be slightly less painful and worrying.
Yes.
Or less worrying. And then we'll go, oh, should we go there? Should we go? Yeah, we'll go there.
I had to unplug myself when I went to the loo.
And then we've just used the Just For You out of that same set. And again, just we stamped it, put it on a mat and layer. And then we can, so these foam pads we can just cut into.
Yeah.
So don't always think, oh, you know.
Do we have those on the show as well? The foam pads. We do.
Yeah.
Because you can see how Claire's using these. Really easy as well. It elevates the card, it elevates the paper. It gives you a little bit of depth, but you can still pop it into an envelope. It's not too deep. I mean, you can put as many foam pads as you like on there to build up the depth, but it just adds that interest. £24.99. This is your roll and foam pad roll. £24.99. You do get a lot. Is this the big roll that we've seen before?
It is, yeah.
Oh, wow. You get more than just that because you get the sheets as well. 325813 is your item number. There you go. Oh, that goes on forever. Goes on forever. That is an exceptional deal. It really, really is. £24.99. 325813 is your item number for that. And here's the finished card.
There you go.
Which is a favourite of our director, Chris. Look at that, just for you. That is lovely.
So, yeah,
really
nice
like
and easy, but really effective. And I think that looks like something that you spent hours and hours on.
Yeah, it certainly does.
So.
It certainly does. Wow, that is lovely, Claire. Thank you for that.
Thank you
for that. Right, we are heading towards the end of this hour. But what should we do? Should we go through... Yes, let's go through the new today, starting off with your country meadow. I think this is one of my favourites because there's so much scope to this. You've already got stamps at home, maybe with some large mushrooms, maybe some whimsical style stamps. This in the foreground would look amazing. So you've got your big mushroom stamps with your fairies on that you might already own at home. You place this at the bottom of your card and then you place those fairies and those mushrooms in that beautiful meadow. It's absolutely gorgeous. And again, there are so many different ways that you can use that and start to be creative. £14.98. 437241 is your item number. I'm just seeing if I've got any samples for that particular stamp set. No, it's for the next one I've got. Right, let's move on to the next one. I can show you some samples that I got from the back. This is your country scene. We've seen a demo with Claire. With that, and I've got another card here from Heather, which is lovely, and this one, Claire, has just been stamped in black onto white card, but isn't it effective?
Just, yeah, nice and simple, clean, crisp, and used lots of elements within that as well, so it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Here's another one. This is by Heather as well. Now, this is gorgeous because this could almost be a Christmas card.
Could, yeah.
Do you know what? With the glitter and the green. And that one is made by Heather. Our next one, and I did pick these up at random, this one is from Cheryl. A nice blue, lovely design. Oh, now this is interesting. Are these the clouds going around the edge?
Yeah.
Isn't that a great idea? Because those clouds could be like a little bush or a hedge.
Yeah.
Great idea, Cheryl. Love that. 251794 is your item number, £14.95. Love those, love those. We'll do one more for you. The next one that we've got here is a gorgeous set. It really is, with your poppies. And I think poppies is something I believe all crafters should have in your stash, because it's a fabulous flower to use for any occasion, You could be giving a card to someone just to say thank you for something they've done, or it could be a design. I think poppies are very modern, but you can also use them in a very vintage style design, which this is, with that script in the background, which is from the next set we have available for you. What's nice about this, you can take that large poppy head and you can cut that out, as is done on this particular card, and that gives you that lovely effect. That one is by Anita. That was by Anita. Absolutely gorgeous. So lots and lots of different cards for you. Let's head back to Claire. That's £14.95, 562526. I don't know why I have difficulty saying these numbers sometimes. Let's head back to Claire. We've got 7.5 minutes, Claire.
That's fine. We'll do a kind of chopped down version of this. So this background is all the Pearlywinks. This is Pearlywinks vibes. Just sprayed on and let dry naturally, because then you'll get a bit of pooling and things like that, so it'll give you quite an interesting background. So what we were talking about before is, you know, you've got all these backgrounds, why don't we do something with them? So what we're going to do, I'm just going to grab an anti-static bag.
We do have the Pearlywinks on the show, actually, and I do believe we've got a Pearlywinks show coming up. I don't know whether, is it this Sunday?
Oh, I don't know.
Not sure. Have a look on the website. But these are the ones we've got right here. Don't miss out on this. It's a great deal. You've got 7 sprays. This is the collaboration between Pink Frog Crafts and Pearlywink Sprays. £22.97. You have got 3, 6, 7. It says it right there. Didn't need to count them, Janice. 588034. So I'm like a fish. I start talking, and a few seconds later I forgot what I've said.
So what I want to show you is you can turn this into a longer run as well. So you can join it up, and because we're going to put embossing powder on it,
yeah,
it will kind of hides the join a little bit.
Yes.
And what you can also do is we can get some of our little worker stamps. I know we can't see much at the minute, so I'm going to be really quick so I can get the embossing powder on, just so you can see it really.
Yeah, so this is clear ink. For anyone that's just joined us, they're probably going, oh dear, that's not working. You're not stamping anything out there, love.
We'll show you
but we
in
are.
2
It's clear ink,
seconds.
isn't it?
And then I'm going to use this one, so the little flower, and it just means you can start to add a few extra bits at the bottom.
Now, Claire, I've got a question.
Go on.
Someone's got the stamps home, they want to create something like this, but they don't have the clear ink, but they've got other ink. Can you still use other ink that's not clear to adhere your embossing powder to?
Yes, you can. If it's wet enough,
yep,
it will hold the embossing powder, but it might not hold it quite as well as an embossing pad. So hopefully now we will suddenly see...
Now, do you have enough embossing powder there? Do you want some more?
You can never have enough embossing powder.
I have not seen one that big.
Have you not?
I have not seen one that big.
I go through so much white embossing powder.
Seriously, I've never seen one that big. I've only seen the little pots that we've got. I've got some at home.
There you go.
You see, that's effective, isn't it?
Yeah, and that'll just pop.
Now, when you've embossed it, Claire, will it act as a resist? You know, if you've got some watercolour paints that you would just swish over that?
Definitely, and you can do this the other way round. So you can emboss first and then put your sprays over the top.
Ah, okay.
Which I think I might, I've done this both ways actually, and both work equally as effectively.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which way really. We're nearly there. Last little bit. But you can see where we've joined it and where we've brought those other little stamps in.
That is so effective.
It just almost looks like one scene. But you know, that means you can make your own little scenes. Like you said, if you've got other stamps, you can add those into them.
Do you know what I love about this as well? In that white especially, you can see all the different blades of grass that are in there, all the different elements that make up that meadow. And that shows you just the quality that you're getting with the stamps. They really are. I mean, when you see that image, that just says walking through that lovely country feel, doesn't it?
And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a bit of double-sided tape this time. So this is our red liner tape, and that's because, obviously, because I've heated it, and I've heated it quite quickly as well. It's probably, I want to make sure it sticks flat, and the red liner tape will help with that. So this is the 12mm, so the nice thick one. Use.
Now we've got 3 minutes left on this live hour. You can continue to buy after the hour if we've got the stock left for you. So if you are seeing something that takes your fancy, I would put it into your basket and check on out.
There we go. So I've already made a little matte and layer, and randomly, I tried putting it on black and it was just too dark. Oh, I knew you'd stick where I didn't want you. There you go. So I've put it onto white and then onto black. So I just like that little white border it's got as well as the black. So it was just, for me, it was just a bit too harsh.
And it brings out the white
black
in the flowers, doesn't it?
It is, and I think sometimes it's like, if something's not quite working, just try layering it on a few different things. Don't think it's always got to be what you normally do. This is a 21 by 30 card that we've just folded in half. And we have just rounded the corners and stamped out, wishing you a wonderful day.
Can you imagine, making that and then giving it to somebody?
But just that use of, you know, a background, and I know we've all got piles of these that, you know, we've seen a technique, we've tried it, and then it's like, we just don't finish things off. So go through your, you know, that box of kind of offcuts and things, and you can make loads of these cards.
Did you round off the edges?
I did, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
So just any corner rounder will do, and again, it just gives your card a different look. So it offsets the square and just softens it a little bit.
Oh, I like that. I really like that. It gives it a nice modern vibe. Just beautiful. All the samples. Hopefully, we've showed a whole selection of the design team here with these beautiful cards. And this is something that you guys can make and create at home as well. Something a little bit different, especially with the scene building, Claire. I love that idea.
And we will put pictures of all these cards up on the Pink Frog Inspiration Facebook group, so if anybody wants to look at something a bit closer, they'll be able to see, and if they've got any questions, just give us a shout, and we're always about.
Oh, that is lovely. So, fabulous designs from all the team. That's Hazel there, Claire, and that is Claire. I've got another one. Who's made that one? Oh, that was made by Claire in the previous show. And then we've got another one by Hazel. And then we're going to finish off where we started. Glittery Kate. There you go. Thank you to all the design team. Claire, a huge thank you to you for your two shows today. When are you back?
Hazel is back on the 13th and 14th, and Dawn's back on towards the end of the month. I want to say 21st.
Okay. Glittery Kate, you got your work cut out for you. Lots of samples for those shows. Thank you, Claire.
Thank you.
And thanks